Hey everyone, today we are going to answer a few of your burning questions regarding the final season of Game of Thrones. If you are not caught up with the series, just know there will be spoilers. Anyway, let's get started. What happened to Melisandre's necklace? Did someone take it from the ground? Melisandre walked out of Winterfell taking off her ruby necklace, which, as we've seen before, when she removes it, she becomes old and frail. This is due to magic. In the Ice and Fire novels, rubies are often brought up. Melisandre uses a ruby not only to alter her own true form, but disguises Mance Rayder so he is not the one burned alive. Melisandre is said to be 400 years old, and without her ruby choker, she cannot survive. That's why she died when she removed it and walked out of Winterfell. Now, as for where it ended up, I doubt we'll have any resolution before the final episodes end. There isn't really anyone at this point that would benefit from the choker in my opinion, especially since the average person would need to be educated on magic and how it would have to be utilized to alter someone's appearance. One interesting thing of note is the fact that Rhaegar rode into battle against Robert Baratheon with a chestplate full of rubies, specifically the Battle of the Trident, where Robert killed Rhaegar. For years, fans have theorized on whether the Rhaegar that was killed that day was really even the Targaryen prince himself. Since rubies are known to magically disguise people, and Rhaegar was known to read many books, he may have been aware of the power of rubies. I'm not saying Jon's father is alive, but it is an intriguing idea. In fact, the area of the Trident River where the battle went down is now called Ruby Ford, because when Robert caved in his chest, Rhaegar's armor sent rubies flying off into the water. Soldiers from both sides stopped fighting and ran to collect the gems as fast as they could, and it is said you can still find rubies in the river today. Anyway, on to the next question. I still can't believe Dany honestly just said lie about who you are, cause the throne is mine. Don't tell me that's not what she said, because that is exactly what she was telling him. Yeah, basically Daenerys tries to convince herself that Jon doesn't want the responsibility of king, and because he loves her so much, it's best for both of them if no one ever knows who he truly is. It's kind of a cop-out because, as we all know, power will not corrupt Jon Snow. He was Lord Commander of the Night's Watch and King in the North, and frankly neither of those positions led to him turning into the many leaders who seized power only for their personal gain. Daenerys, on the other hand, only wants control. Her political pursuits are misguided, and everyone around her is starting to notice. And since we are on the topic, let's talk about Jon as king. But will Jon be such a good king? Sansa was right in that waiting until their army had recovered was the better option, but because Dany didn't want to wait and Jon wanted to please Dany, they've gone in at a disadvantage against fresh troops. They could also have picked up more allies, for example Dorne, if they had waited. I felt sorry for Dany when Jon was being praised for riding a dragon and fighting from it. Dany did the same thing, but she didn't share in it. I think it really depends on what each person defines as a good king. There are many examples of different leadership styles. You could be power hungry and intent on hurting whoever you must to claim the things you seek, like Dany, or you could be like Jon, who always puts his people first. I agree, Jon has yet to embrace his true identity and put his aunt in her place, but that's the way Game of Thrones goes. George R.R. Martin did say many times his story would have a bittersweet ending, and that could mean the person you believe should be ruler may not ever end up on the throne. Anyway, that's going to do it for this short Q&A. As always, thank you for watching. Have a great day, take care, and I will see you tomorrow.